have the right to do so under item 26093, where I would request that you give your name and whatever you're going to talk about. Thank you. So starting with 26091, to receive apologies for absence. None. Thank you. 26092, to note declaration of interest and request for dispensation to discuss and vote on a matter in which a member or co-opted member has a disclosable pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. Councillors?
No.
Anybody? None?
No.
Thank you. 26093, open forum. Comment and questions concerning items on this agenda may be put to the council by the public during this period. Matters which, in the chair's view, require debate and or discussion will be referred to the next committee or council meeting as appropriate. The public forum is restricted to 15 minutes unless the chair allows otherwise. Is there any member of the public that would like to speak?
You want to speak now?
Or do you want to bring item 10 forward?
Good
I'm
idea.
here about the grant application for Rainbow, so that's your last item.
Do you want to, yes?
You want to bring it forward?
Councillors 260910, to review and make recommendations to full council regarding a grant application received from Rainbow Preschool Nursery for £1,000. Before we ask the person to speak, have all of you councillors read the grant application?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they are not requesting it for rent.
No.
They are requesting it for a trim trail, so that all the children can enjoy that. And the reason why I'm saying that is that there was a very nasty post put on Facebook saying that Rainbow were using this money to pay their rent, and that was illegal. So I'm only making this comment to all the members of the council so that we can put the correct information out there. Rainbow have asked for the grant for a trim trail, and I'm hoping that the representative will confirm that when she gets to speak. Before I ask the lady to speak, is there any other comments that people want to make about the nasty comment on Facebook?
I think that's a typical comment made by somebody with little knowledge who doesn't bother to read and doesn't have the information. I think the Rainbow Nursery group is very important for Handful, and if they want to enhance the things for the children, I'm all for it. I'm absolutely behind all preschool education, and I think people should read and get themselves informed before they make comments and spread nasty rumours.
Thank you very much, Councillor Moore.
This
Councillor Small?
nasty comment was not made by someone who is well known to us as criticising continually the workings of this council.
Yes.
Correct. And after the meeting, any councillor that has problems or questions, if they could stay behind along with the clerk in order for us to prepare what the response. We don't want to discuss it in council at this moment in time. Thank you. Yes, Councillor Thompson.
I was just going to correct you, it wasn't on Facebook, it was on YouTube.
YouTube,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry,
yeah.
I beg your pardon. Yes, YouTube.
Just to confirm, the answer to my question was, yes, this comment did come from someone that's well known to us. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Councillor
Is
Thompson.
the microphone on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Can I now, any other questions before we go to the member of the public?
No.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Well, I just sound shocked by that. I had no idea those sort of things went on. Right, so my name is Jasmine Mancini, and I'm the manager of Rainbow Preschool Nursery. We've operated from this building since it was built. The preschool is established in 1962. That's how long we've been going. Obviously, I haven't been managed that. So a few years back, we actually applied for and got a lottery grant in the days when we used to give them to build our outside area, close it with fencing, and build a trim trail and some other activities for the children to develop their physical skills and play in the outside area. Before we did that, we didn't have any enclosed safe space for them. Now they do, and they have free access to it, and it's so important for them. The children we provide for are all from the local area, and of course, Wiltshire, and mostly they are families with lower incomes. A lot of our, we only get our funding from the government via Cheshire Council, per child, and we get an additional small percentage for children who are classed as deprived or vulnerable, and that currently stands at just under 50% of our children. So this is the only provision that these children can attend because their parents can't afford private nursery fees. We offer a free, at point of delivery, 15 or 30 hours of early years education to all eligible children. We do not charge any top-ups or any other fees, and we have, I think, 3 children of 35 on roll who pay for a few extra hours. The rest of them, they're entirely dependent on their funding. These children need this provision. We're also the only, as far as I'm aware, nursery in the area that runs term time only. So if a child goes to a full year nursery, their 30 hours has to go stretched over the year because 30 hours per week is for a 38-week provision, which is what we do. If you attend for 50 weeks, then that 30 hours gets stretched. So they don't get 30 hours a week and they have to pay extra to top up. So we're the only ones that they can truly pay nothing. That's very important for most of the children that we have. We've never been short of children. We've always had oversubscribed. We've always had a waiting list. And I mean, this is what these children need. As part of that, they really need the outside play to, as I say, social development, communication, language, physical development, gross motor skills, all of that comes into outside play. And we use that area all the time, every day. When we had the trim tail and all the rest put in, it was a company called Pentagon Play, who've done a lot of schools locally. And they put it all in, and it's been brilliant. It's been well used, and it's been fantastic. However, it's getting old, and it needs maintenance. It's all solid wood, so obviously over time outside, the wood rots, things happen, and we've needed to get a quote for them to replace some of the timbers on the balance beams, to replace the bridge, which was just wood, but they're now updating it to one with a non-slip surface, so safer for the children. The chalkboard and whiteboard, and also the little house has the roof, excuse me, which has the laminated surface. All of that needs repairing and replacing. So we applied for them to come and give us a quote, which they did do, and I sent quotes in via Ashley. The main repair part of it came to 750 or 780, and then the classic bridge, which they were going to do for free, they then couldn't do for free because it turned out it wasn't the same company, and they had to buy in a new one, so that's another, I think, £500. However, as I understand it, the limit for the grant is £1,000, so that would be amazing and would be really well appreciated. If you can't see fit to give us the grant or any of the grant, we are going to have to get this work done because as things stand, the equipment wasn't safe. We've got it, we had it taped up in the areas where the wood had split or gone rotten and it wasn't safe. So short of not letting the children play out, it would repair it or else. So we have tried to get this application in for your March meeting. Unfortunately, we didn't quite make the deadline, so it's coming to the April one. But in the meantime, we'd accepted an appointment for the work to be scheduled for the Easter holidays. I appreciate that. We should have got your answer before going ahead, but the brutal honesty is we had to go ahead whatever because it wasn't safe. So if you can't use the money, we'll have to find it elsewhere. And the work has now been completed and it's amazing and the children are thrilled to bits with it. If I hadn't have taken that appointment, the next available one would have been probably in the summer and the children would have missed a whole term playing out and using the equipment. So just to be honest, I've had the work done. The playground is amazing and the children love it. I don't know if that affects the protocols for issuing your grants and things, but that's the situation. So all I can say is, please give us the money.
Can I ask you, what is the full cost? You've asked for 1,000.
Well, yeah, I can bring it up.
1,280.
That, yes, that is correct. However, sneaky devils didn't put VAT on it when they quoted me. So I know this is my fault because I didn't think about it. But yes, it's 1,280 for all the work, which I've had done. But there's also 20% VAT on top of that, so it's coming in at 1536. I know that's way over your budget. So that's all more important.
Can you claim your VAT back?
No. We're a registered charity and we're not registered for VAT.
So you should be able to claim it back.
I don't know how that would work.
Nobody should be charging you VAT if you're VAT exempt.
I don't think we're VAT exempt.
I thought registered charity didn't get.
Good point, Cynthia. Good point, that. Yeah.
The rules change all the time.
Yeah.
We used to not have to charge, get to pay bank fees on a charity account. But then they said.
So
oh,
in
actually,
total, you've spent 1,500.
well, I haven't actually paid it yet, but yes, it will come to 1536.
Get that with a charity because,
If they're not registered.
no, even if you register, because the trust I work for is,
There are rules about this stuff. I don't think we're not allowed to claim it back.
I think it's very difficult if you do register, it becomes a bit of a nightmare. Because they'll have to charge their
Right.
Yeah,
VAT.
it's just not worth it for the little bit
Yeah.
that we pay on certification.
Yeah.
This is a big expenditure for us, we wouldn't normally be.
So
now
before
VAT
we
or something.
make a decision on this, can I please request that we use our dispensation and offer the £1,536 to them in order for them to continue? Because to me, it's an essential area in Handforth that is exceptionally well used. And I certainly wouldn't want it to close because a lot of the parents in Handforth would lose out, especially those on lower incomes, because they don't, excuse me.
Sorry, just the VAT thing, Mr. Queen, the VAT thing.
You can't get around that.
Sorry, this VAT thing seems worth pursuing a bit further.
So including a VAT, the amount requested is £1,536. So firstly, I'd like to propose that we use our dispensation and give that amount, but I need a seconder.
Can I just ask a quick question, make a point? Maybe a red herring, but if it's part of the structure of this building, can we pay for it?
Have you paid the bill?
No, not yet.
You can pay the bill.
Yeah, and we've that
You
registered.
can pay the supplier
Okay,
and then you can get that back.
okay.
Okay, I've only had half of it in so far,
Right.
for the
We can pay the supplier, which is absolutely fine because,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
yes, we can, and if you take into account the fact that Cheshire East have told us that we have to support the nursery, which we would anyway, which is an integral part of this building,
Yeah.
then there's absolutely no reason why we can't
Yeah.
do that.
Then
Yeah.
we would
Because
be,
we've got instructions from Cheshire East.
So,
then we would be responsible ongoing for the maintenance of said play area, wouldn't we? So if the nursery
Yeah.
happened to finish, whoever then takes it over, it's ours any case, so it doesn't really
Well, that's
matter.
certainly that.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we would maintain that area from now on as we maintain the centre, if we pay for it.
That would be amazing.
Which I presume we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're,
So-
that would be great.
the £1,536 includes that.
Which we will get back.
which we will get
Yeah,
back.
so can I have a proposal that Handful Town Council get an invoice from Rainbow Preschool Nursery and.
No, from the suppliers,
Inspire.
After
Yeah,
I've got one,
yeah.
so I've got one of the invoices.
made out to Handful Town Council.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can we have the invoice made out to Handful Town Council
Oh, okay.
for £1,536, which we will service, and that includes that. So can I have a proposal, please?
Have we enough money in the funds,
Wait
actually?
a minute.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, I
First.
sorry.
I presume that this sum is well within our
Yeah.
Oh,
budget.
We've got 7,000.
No
yeah,
problem
yeah,
with that.
Yeah.
Then if you're asking for a seconder, I will second it.
are you proposing it?
Yes, I propose that we,
Councillor Fogarty proposing.
Can I just have one final
So,
question,
of course,
please?
yeah.
In view of comments that have been made, is this absolutely legal?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so
That's all.
Before
I've got
we
no
reach a
objections.
vote on it, are there any other questions from any of the councillors or members of the public?
I presume it comes under the maintenance of the grounds therefore, because
It's
we,
The maintenance of the community centre,
the grounds, yeah, that it becomes our,
given the dictate from Cheshire East about the nursery.
yeah. So therefore it's kind of set forever now,
Yes.
we will
If
look after
we
it.
vote on it,
Yeah,
yes. it will be.
I,
Okay, you finish, councillor Fogarty?
I propose it, yeah,
No,
that's fine.
councillor.
Just to raise a point. One of my, I won't say nightmares, but sometimes it makes me think, the town council have taken over the building. We are, what's the term?
the landlord.
The landlord. And of course, over the years, we have to balance the books. And when I looked at your grant application, I saw, wow, running at a loss of £3,500 a year. I wouldn't like us to be in that position. Would you like to pass comment on that? Because
Yeah, okay.
you and
so-
your colleague said something to me about, well, that's not going to be as bad as it seems because of the numbers of SEND children
Yeah.
that are going to go down or
Okay.
whatever. Could you just clarify on that point?
I can, yes. So, as a registered charity, we are not in it for making money. We're a non-profit making, so we are supposed to break even, basically, not make money. And over the years, we have always been either slightly up, slightly down, a few thousand here and there. But over the grand scheme of things, considering our income and expenditure, it's a small amount and it balances out. Last year, those are the accounts that are up to last August, we have had a high proportion of SEN children, and they've had very complex needs, and they've needed one-to-one support to be able to attend and access their free entitlement. The issue there is, if I'm paying one member of staff for one child, I'm only getting one child's funding for that member of staff. Generally, each member of staff would have, say, 6 to 8 children. I'd get 6 to 8 children's worth of funding. So an SEN child costs me money. Now, I do get a small amount of support money from Cheshire for them, but it's not anywhere comparable to what we need to spend. So in this gone year, I've had 3 children with highly complex needs who needed the extra support, and that has severely cut the number of other children that I can take in because of having to manage the children to staff ratios and keep everybody safe. These 3 children are all going to school this summer, in September, so leaving in this summer. The new income intake for September, I only know of 1 child who has special needs that might need one-to-one, might not. Until we get the children, we really don't know what we're dealing with. And sometimes it's not as bad as it might be, and they can be in the general population of the nursery and just sometimes need support. And other times it's like, no, they can't be left for a minute, they're not safe, we need to keep them safe. And the other children safe. So from September, I'm not due, as bars are not there to get a high proportion of SEN children. Therefore, I won't need the one-to-one staffing that I needed this year, which means I can have more children, which means I can get more funding, which means we'll be back in profit next year. But over the last 60 odd years, we've always been there or thereabouts, and I'm not at all worried that we make a loss of 3,000 something. The year before that, I think we made a profit of 4,000. It kind of balances out over time. So we're not going to close down anytime soon. I don't think we need to worry about that.
So this £1,536, will that see you through until such time as you get the additional funding for September?
Yes, the next batch of funding is due to come in August.
Okay.
So it comes in 3 times a year.
So,
Okay, we've got a proposal for a second, that we need to vote on the item.
so can we vote that Hanford Town Council take over the payment for the nursery as
If it's part of our now maintained and, building.
So what's the wording of the proposal?
I'm happy to.
£1,536, we're going to pay the supplier directly and look after it going forward.
Can I just ask, are you quite sure you want to have permanent responsibility for the outside area? Because, I mean, this will happen again in.
I think we'll call it this particular item for
Okay.
the time being.
Right.
Yeah. And we'll have to judge it like.
We will therefore, going forward, budget it as
Yeah.
an additional
Yeah.
item that we now own.
Yeah.
Like we've had to, for like, you know, the upkeep of the building, the cutting of the grass, whatever, and we would undertake it with the understanding that if you did finish the nursery here, the preschool, that it's ours, you can't dismantle it and take it with you, is what I'm saying. No, you can't. No, I know. But then it would be an
And we need to move this on now.
Can we have a
for another
proposal?
You know what the proposal is.
Can we have a vote, please? We've had a proposal and we've had a seconder, a vote that the council will pay £1,536. All those in favour?
2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm wrong.
Oh, no, you're not, sorry, Chris. No, you're not, I don't know, are you? Sorry, you unanimous. Sorry, these two are totally balanced.
I'll stop there.
Wrong.
So if you send me invoice,
That's
you
okay.
get an invoice to have
How
on
many unanimous?
Okay.
How we liaise with the clerk, what
Yeah, I'll
documentation we need from you.
Okay, thank you very much. I just say thank you all very much. You're very generous and well appreciated.
If you could put a nice post down, it would be very.
We'll put it on our Facebook page.
Thank you.
You don't have to listen to the rest of
Keep
the
up the
speech.
good work.
Yeah.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
So
Jasmine.
now it's your turn. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
for coming in.
Bye.
Explaining.
There you go.
So we've done the open forum. We've
Item,
done 260910. We're now going to do 26094. Recommendation for expenditure. A, none. B, none.
Yeah.
26095 to receive a copy of the latest bank reconciliation month ends March 2026. And I understand that Councillor Small.
no, this is the bank reconciliation you've all got. We closed the year at £107,593.20.
Can I have a proposal to accept, please? Councillor Seymour, seconder, Councillor Roger Small. Thank you, all those in favour?
God.
Pardon?
Steve needs to take this. You can't say it yet.
26096 to review the year-to-date budget summary for 25-26. Are there any comments from it? Councillor Small?
I'm hoping that Ashley can give me a very brief response to the observation that there seem to be an awful lot of overspends in the list.
Yeah, we've got a lot of underspends in the list as well, and it balances out. In fact, if you look at the very end column,
Yes,
we took in £183,920 in income and receipts, and we spent £179,514, leaving us £4,000 better off for the year. So,
and that's the figure that I
Sure.
look at.
yeah,
every year.
that's, yeah.
Had that been
Yeah.
an overspend, well, I'd be smacking
Bottoms.
Ashley's legs. But I know, I'd just like to thank, Ashley, our parish clerk, for all the hard work that he does, town clerk, because, he does it without any supervision whatsoever. But the most important thing is, he does a grand job, and it's very easy to criticise, but I never, ever have to take him to task for work that he's not produced. So that's my proposal, to say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Proposer for the, budget year-to-date summary.
Councillor Wendy Fogarty,
Seconder.
Councillor Roger Small,
You all in favour?
yes.
Ash, voting this time.
Don't muck him up.
Right, 2609/7, to approve the quarterly income and expenditure account for Q4 2025/26. Are there any comments from any councillors? No. Can I have a proposal?
I'd just like to draw your attention to receipted council income for the community centre for 1 month in March.
Yeah.
£3,120.
Is that above what we thought it would be?
Yeah, that's pretty good for a community centre in 1
Yeah.
month. Yeah, and that's, how can I put this, without charging the nursery because I need to charge them separately because they're leased,
Yeah,
so we'll have that income on top.
And also,
So we can take our time to think of
About
what we want to do
do.
at the moment.
Yes,
exactly.
yeah, it's not too bad.
No,
You don't need to,
we're not having an knee-jerk, we're
No.
going to carry on as we are.
Yeah.
We're going to have a working group
yes,
to decide
yes,
what we're doing,
what
yeah.
we're going
Yeah.
to do about the expenditure,
Yeah.
about bringing this up to standard.
but we're not running into difficulties.
No,
No, we've got a bit of leeway.
yes.
So
Don't
can
worry,
I,
you've got two very steady hands on it, or three actually.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
can I have, approval for a proposal for 2609/7, please, for quarterly, councillor Seymour. A seconder, please, councillor Wendy Fogarty. All those in favour? Unanimous. 26098, report from relevant council regarding internal controls for Q4 25/26. Any comments from any councillors?
Roger, this is. This is Roger.
All right.
Well, Ashley and I secreted ourselves together yesterday. I inspected the orders of payment for January and February 2026, and in each case, payments were exactly matched by the total invoices. I also inspected the orders of payment for March 2026. In this case, it was necessary to adjust two figures in the list. Firstly, a sum for VAT was added with respect to the invoice of Tuke and Bell Servicing, who service the water pump at the entrance gates here. Secondly, a discount was awarded by Cheshire Stretch Tents, thus requiring a reduction in the sum invoiced. A bill from Macclesfield Town Football Club is still awaited. According to the paperwork, there should have been a sum of £479 in the petty cash box, which was opened, and I counted it all out. It's all present and correct.
Thank you, councillor Small. And I'd like to thank our clerk for being so diligent as usual. So can I have a proposal to accept the internal control for Q4? All those in favour? Unanimous, Carl, thank you. 26099, to conduct an annual review of the council's internal controls. Well, as we follow, the
Roger's as
auditor's
well.
recommendations.
Yes, that's right.
Can I please ask the councillor who did the work to update us, please?
As part of yesterday's session, I was asked to review a table, which I think you have as a copy in your paperwork, of the council's control tests and comments and documents checked. As far as I could see, all the listed control tests seem to be in place and relevant comments and checks have been made. Item 8 in that table requires that receipts have supporting documentation, are reviewed and included in the agenda and the minutes. Initially, the suggestion was made that that could be done by creating a folder with all the receipts contained and laid on the table for inspection at a council meeting. But Ashley has persuaded me since that a more efficient way of doing it is to issue every councillor with a sheet equivalent to this one produced by the scribe system, which lists all the receipts that have come in to date.
Thank you. But presumably we do have copies of all these receipts.
Yes, yeah.
Digitally.
It's an invoicing system now, so we've got them and we've got them all digitally, and it'll go into, like you see your quarterly reports, you'll have one for receipts at each meeting now. It's now we're taking income, we have to show it and you guys have to see it.
So it's no real problem just to run off 11 copies.
No, it was just in your agenda pack, yeah.
Following up on that, do we have robust backup facilities in order that all these things are stored safely?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's quite as well.
Okay. Good.
So can I have a proposal to accept the council's internal controls, please? Councillor Seymour, seconder. Councillor Petermore, all those in favour? Unanimous. Thank you. And that closes our meeting at 19:29. Thank you very much, councillors.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Right, good evening, welcome to Hanswell Town Council meeting. It's the final one of our year. For those people in the gallery here, if the fire alarm goes off, it's not a drill. Please exit either through the exit to your left or the way you came, your right, or the way you came into the left and assemble at the front so we can make sure that everybody has been accounted for. Agenda item 26.10.1 is to receive apologies for absence.
We've received apologies from councillors John Smith, Chapman and Edward Beach.
Okay, can we take a vote on approving those, please?
I've got reasons.
Yes.
Yeah,
we have
plausible.
reasons.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got them.
Councillor Smith has accessories to work commitments, and Councillor Edward Beach has commitments with the veterans, and I'm not aware of the one.
Each is distinct.
Right, okay, we won't go to that one, but
So-
I would like to recommend that we accept those apologies, please. I will propose that seconder, please, and the vote. Thank you. 26.10.2 is to the declarations of interest and request for dispensation to discuss and vote on an matter in which a member or a co-opted member has a disclosable pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. Does that apply to anybody here apart from myself and Councillor Petermore?
No.
Okay, well, I would like to declare that I will not be voting for item 26.10.5 as there is something on there I can't discuss.
Make that vote on it.
And the same for
Petermore.
Councillor Petermore, which you will have to declare for yourself, Councillor Moore.
I concur.
You won't vote on the item then.
Okay. And the next agenda item is our lovely new PCSOs. Thank you very much for pitching up.
No worries, thanks for having us. I'm Jess. I'm Lisa. And as most of you are probably aware, we've had a bit of a shake-up when it comes to the PCSO role. Yeah, it's been put it nicely. Unfortunately, we've lost a large number of PCSOs in Cheshire Police. We've gone from 87 to what we proposed is 57, but whether we're at that number of 57, we don't know, because obviously in that people then left of their own accord. It's literally just coming into effect right now. So we've gone from 5 PCSOs working out of Wilmslow Police Station to just the 2 of us. So as you can imagine, we have inherited quite a large beat area between the 2 of us to sort of cover the whole of Wilmslow. So we had a discussion with our sergeant and we've tried our best to try and cover all areas, which has landed in us both sharing the Handforth area
as well as
our
our previous areas we've had and other areas, because it used to be obviously you had Gareth for all of here. So like for Jess, now she has originally her Prestbury on the edge, but also has within their overall Motton St Andrew. Then you've taken on Lacey Green Style, Dean Road, and Handforth. Myself is Wilmslow Town Centre, sharing obviously the Handforth side of it, and Wilmslow West and Chorley. So obviously in all that area, each area has its own demand, geographical, different demands and that. So obviously we've got to look at it and prioritise how we split our time. And sometimes parishes, they might not be happy with how we do it, but obviously we've got to go with the flow of how the new world looks. But we're all still learning that, because as I say, as Jess said, we've only just been told the share of the roles. So we've just got to find out.
So we're still kind of getting what our role's going to look like, but
So have they reduced the number of PCSOs?
yes, for the entire area,
I'll give you a bit of history. I've got 17 years in, so I'm old school. So when I started in 2009, there was 220 PCSOs. In November last year, the Chief Constable decided he wanted to go from them, the number we had of PCSOs was 87. He wanted to reduce the 87 to 27 PCSOs.
Why?
Just cost cutting and everything. We don't know, we just got called in, your job's at risk, we want to go from 87 to 27. So we were obviously pulled from pillar to post, we got
pull through a large thing, obviously. So that was the thing they wanted to do. And then the PCC, as far as we're aware, managed to get the number to 57. But we still don't know whether that is 57. So for Wilmslow, we can only tell you that this is myself and Jess, and we've been split areas and obviously taken handful on as well as our others. So I'll be honest, things are probably not going to change. There's not going to probably be any more recruiting of PCSOs because obviously we did the thing of offering voluntary redundancy, early retirement and things because he wanted to cut the numbers down. So we can't give you any more than that.
Sorry.
Go on, go on.
Well, I think that we make a suggestion that we write to the Chief Constable to say, why are we receiving such a poor service when we have PCSO following, who was with us whenever we wanted. Now, these two PCSOs, you know.
With large catchment areas.
Yeah.
I was just going
Unfortunately,
It's not just here.
No.
It's other areas of Chester.
Listen, I fully understand what you're saying, but we're only interested in.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
And as the crime rate goes up because of what this Chief Constable has done, we will be taking further action. Councillor.
Yeah, so I just noted that because I dealt with Gareth quite regularly, and obviously Gareth based himself in Hamforth and was the police officer of Hamforth, and he was literally everywhere around Hamforth. Just judging by what you just told me with your schedules and your areas of responsibilities, you're going to be spending probably half a day to a day in each of the names that you've just mentioned to me, which means that you'll spend between you probably 1 day a week, maybe 10 days in Hamforth.
It could be that, it all goes on demand and obviously.
But yeah, but the list of area that you've just given to us is an enormous area. And that would, I know there's two of you. But if there was one of you, we wouldn't see you here for 2 weeks because you'd be having 1 half day in every one of those constituencies that you just told us. And now there's 2 of you, so you halve that. So I'm guessing we'll see you around Hamforth maybe 1 full day a week at best, at absolute best.
Yeah, and like you say, we just got to go where the demand is and where the jobs are coming in.
Yes.
So
Are you both driving?
Yeah.
Do you work independently?
Yeah.
So you both have a car each?
Yeah, it depends, obviously, I'll be truthful with you. A PCSO should get a vehicle, we should be walking.
I know, yeah.
Because predominantly to the police officers, so if they need them, they'll
Yeah.
have them. So we've then got to look at how we divvy up our day then, because it could be that there is something up at Hamforth that we need to deal with, and then something all the way to Petherick, the other side. So we've got to be very savvy with how we deal with it and go about things. And obviously our supervision has said how they want to briefly, how they want us to work and stuff, but obviously that might change over time. That yes, it could say, well, we want you to do school talks, parking and things like that, but then over time it might be, well, you can't do that.
You don't have time.
We've not got the time, so we've got to be practical and think, how are we going to deliver a service? And I get the service probably is going to be nowhere near what you had from Gareth, and that's something that's potentially going to have to be accepted. I know you're not going to be happy with it, but it's not something that we can provide you because of the numbers that have been reduced in the areas, and that's not fair to yourself, it's not fair to us. We've just got to go with what we've met with on a daily basis.
To counteract your restrictions, is Matt Rowbottom going to be in Hamforth more often?
No, you can't. He is still the police officer.
He is,
So there's nothing changed with the police officers for the areas that they have. They still have their allocated area, but I can't sit here and say to you that PC Rowbottom is going to be up here because he will also, even though he's a beat officer, he's a response officer, so he could be doing arrest attempts elsewhere. He could be responding to a grade 1 because of the lack of officers elsewhere over in Macclesfield,
Yeah.
so he's going
Yeah,
to be.
and to be honest, the jobs that he deals with, like in Hanforth, like as you can imagine, shoplifting is quite a high thing. So he is dealing with jobs, but the people responsible for those shopliftings live out of the area. So he's constantly doing jobs for Hanforth, but unfortunately, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be in Hanforth.
Yeah.
dealing with
So,
those
so
issues.
realistically and theoretically, we're looking at no particular police officers in Hanford for days at a time.
Correct.
No, because we all live one beat area and we all work out Wilmslow, so we all patrol different areas.
Yeah,
so
but you just
although-
give me a big long list of areas that you
Yeah, but just
cover.
because PC
Which-
Growth Option's not in the area, it doesn't mean there's not another one of
No.
the PCs out of the office that are in the area. You know, we
Okay.
all help each other out, and
Okay.
we're a very proactive team in which we all go out, we can look what we can find, so we are always on some part of Wilmslow at one point or another. We're just all sort of spread
But
out.
I've not seen Matt in Hanford for months.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Right, can I just interject here before there are any further questions, because I feel I need to defend our PCSO.
I'm not attacking you, by the
No,
way.
no, we totally get it.
I'm not attacking.
We know that
I
you're
have
happy
been, as chair of the council, along with another, there are two of us going, the second person I'm not sure about yet, been invited to a meeting with our police commissioner, who is going to explain, allegedly, all of this and all of the questions that have been asked. So can I just say to you, there are a lot of questions that our PCSO will not be able to answer.
Oh, I know that, yeah.
If you have something that you would like me to ask at that meeting, I will do so, but I need to have those from you by Monday at the latest. So if you could send them to Ashley, so Ashley can forward them to me, then obviously there'll be a lot of people there, all local towns and parish councils have been invited. There will be some comments and I will report back as to what's been said, and I think you'll probably find that many of the questions that you're asking are answered. So are you our named contactable officer?
Yes, we will be. won't we?
Or is that Matt?
So he's still a police officer,
So so who should we contact first?
but I'll be straight for what exactly.
For anything that we've got a problem with, anything at all?
Okay, I'll be straight, because things are going to change. If it's a case that it's an incident that needs dealing with there and there, obviously 999 101, that's going to be the thing that's given out to all parishes and everything like that, because obviously we're not, even though you've been given a name, PCSO, it's not going to be like Gareth. It's going to have to be going back, unfortunately, reporting incidents via 101, 999, so it's picked up by response. We will then come in and see safe searching, and then if there's something that's needing problem solving and further ongoing things, that's when we'll get involved to sort of nip these long-term issues or stop things from becoming a long-term issue. But unfortunately, it's going to be very difficult for us to go, here are our details, for us to be like responding to the jobs.
So we don't have a named officer, it's just 999.
Yeah, so we are there dealing with it, and we are picking the jobs up that are getting called in by 101 999 reported online. So we will be picking them up to say if somebody's phone 101 said there's a parking on Merriton Road and that. If we're on, we'll pick it up. If not, it will get closed, and we'll pick it up from our safe searches, and we'll deal with it that way.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions?
Just make a very quick point.
One at a time, please. Councillor Sampson first, and then Councillor
You
Moore.
named you two as the areas you cover. The same areas, how many PCs cover that area?
One.
Just
One for each of the areas.
What are we paying our taxes for?
No.
So the PCC will be able to explain that it's a 1-2-2 model. So it's like potentially it would have been years ago, you might have had 2 PCSOs and 1 PC, but it is now. There will be 1 named police officer and 1 named PCSO for an area. But because Hanforth's quite large, and as it stands with the Cheshire East wards at the moment, Coleshaw comes under. So obviously you have that under Hanforth as well. So that's why. No, but
Part of it.
can I explain that when, as it stands under, like, the Cheshire wards and how it works, it comes under the bracket clause, whether you agree with that or not, that's how it comes under our systems. And I know the wards have been changing next year, I believe.
Yeah.
And then it'll be rejigged around, and I believe then it'll go onto the Dean Road onto Wilmslow Town, so it'll get moved. But as it stands at the moment, in the handball thing, Coleshaw comes under. So Gaz, when he would have been here, would have been picking things up on Coleshaw as well. So,
Councillor Moore?
It's quite clear, I mean, even though look at it here, but it's going to be much more reactive, isn't it? There's no little proactive stuff done at all. Fewer numbers, bigger area, we're travelling a lot.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And
Yeah.
as Cynthia says, Councillor Sampson, you can complain to the Chief Constable, isn't it?
Yeah,
What's he playing at?
you're asking questions here that we were trying to ask,
Yeah,
and we got
well, yeah.
told that our roles were at risk.
We already asked all these questions.
Yeah.
We already wrote to the Chief Constable about it, so,
And,
yeah, we knew.
and the questions we asked.
And they've
what
got it
we're
all.
now going to
Yeah,
offer
yeah,
us
idiot,
is a
isn't it?
very much reduced service.
Oh,
So the
Yeah.
crime is going to increase in Handford because of your Chief Constable's idea. We're going to try and save costs. Well, I'm sorry, my council tax hasn't come down.
Yeah.
What we pay for the police hasn't come down.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, when we go and visit him, if you can all send me questions, because I will be asking all of this, because why should we get a reduced
Yeah.
service from what we had?
Is it just Cheshire or is it national this? Is it a
Okay.
national?
Cheshire.
Cheshire, obviously, a very emotive subject for us. We've all
Can I just raise one point?
umbrage at this, go on.
You all know my previous job, I did 30 years in the police, right? We had 3 shift system, right? 3 8-hour shifts. And at the start of each shift, we had 10 PCs round the table, with a sergeant doing the roll call and distributing the areas. That was 10 PCs going out at Albury Edge, Handford and Winslow. And what we get now, 3 PCs for a bigger area. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's not their fault.
Oh, no.
No,
No, but I get that, we're gonna take the brunt of it.
I'll tell you
because
what.
yourselves,
We don't want
Or-
to take the
no, but we
What
are,
want to say
because
to you
people are gonna be happy with it, but we
No,
want
we're
to
not.
support.
You'll be going off sick and stress
But
very soon.
as
We're
I
not
said,
unhappy with you two. We're unhappy with the role
The
that
system.
you've been
And I will
given.
make that very
Yeah.
clear in the
Which is what
meeting.
we've had.
well, I said to Jess, sorry, I didn't pronounce your name properly, and my supervision and that, I've been clear from as soon as this came through, that we're not gonna be able, to provide that service, and as I've done 17 years, I'm not all for that.
And we fully understand
It doesn't
that.
fully support doing that.
And things like that. Gaz was brilliant and things like that. And I think sometimes people have thought, oh, Gaz has just been kicked out of the door.
No, he hasn't.
But this is what's going around from what we're hearing. As he was given exactly all the options of all of us in the same pot. And he chose, and I chose for voluntary redundancy as well, and I didn't get it.
In fairness.
Because I
we
knew full well.
explained to the
Yeah.
council what his options were.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were very lucky to have
Yeah.
Gareth. You know, I mean, he did keep the majority of Handford safe.
Yeah.
What you're now saying, because of your workload,
Yeah.
the crime's going to go up in
Okay.
Handford.
We know, okay, it's all conjecture. We know all of this is going to happen. Potentially, we're going to have increased crime and all of that kind of thing. All we can do is keep a record, see what's going on, see what happens. And we've made all these points to the commissioner prior to this when he asked for questions and comments. I will put questions to him on Tuesday. Monday. So please send them to me and hopefully we might get some answers. I'm not holding my breath, but yeah, we can give it a go.
They are saying.
But thank you very much for coming. It is very much appreciated. And if you can make our meetings, either one of you, it would be very much appreciated.
If we can't, we'll obviously send you a report through so that you don't be like, I forgot about, so you can see what's coming in. I don't know how in depth Gareth went with yourselves as to what's going on, so it might be that the reports are pulled back a little bit for a need to know basis, because it might be that things are going on Handford, but it's not something that the parish, Handford need to know about because it could be personal. But if we see a spate of something, obviously we'll let you know if it's burglary. But from looking at the report that's been put together, predominantly what's coming in is the main sort of crimes. There's been a bit of criminal damage, but it's the shoplifting, like Spar's been done, the Tesco, handful thieves, because that comes under it. And unfortunately, those that are doing it are people from outside the area, and they are becoming prolific, you know. So as soon as you do a job, then the likes of Matt Robotham and the other PCs for the World's Low Beat team are off doing the arrest attempts and getting them and then getting good results. And what they are trying to do, because they don't want this crime coming in, is they're trying to get criminal behaviour orders on these offenders to stop them coming in. So that is something that they're working.
Just stick them in
I
prison.
think the best thing.
Well, that is what get into court, and then the judge turns around
Stick
and
them in
says,
prison, then they won't come back.
Yeah.
So there are things that we are trying. So obviously these offenders that are coming in, not that you want local offenders living where you are, that they're out of the area, so then that's what's taking the officers' time, because they're having to either go into the deep dark bits of Manchester to go and chase around to put a last known address, and then it's.
Okay, thank you. We're going to have to just leave it at that now, because we've got a very big
Are we
agenda.
okay?
So thank you very
Yeah.
much. It is a work in progress,
Yeah.
but thank you
Yes.
so much.
As I say, we'll
We'll
try
try
and do
our
our best.
Thank you.
We've got the magic wand, we'll try and
Yeah.
wave it back to how things previously would have been.
Right, appreciate your time.
Okay.
They did supply a report.
We hope to see you around.
You will, I'm sure.
The report's here. I was scanning tomorrow and send it out.
Right, I would like to bring forward the agenda item 261011, as we have a representative here from Transition Brunswick, so that you can have information. So can we go on to 261011, please?
So
The floor is yours.
thank you very much. Hopefully we'll have a slightly more positive conversation on that's one. So my name's Amelia Hay. I'm a new trustee of Transition Wales. So I'm here actually on behalf of Andrew Backhouse. I don't know how many of you know him. This is his idea and his project, but unfortunately he couldn't be here tonight, so I'm standing in his place. But I'm quite happy to, because I think it's a really brilliant idea. The idea being that we place a container in the car park area of here, ideally, and use it to operate a tool library or a library of things where we have other items, you know, that may not be tools, things like camping equipment, possibly children's party equipment, that kind of thing. Of course, the background to this is that it would be great to do more resource sharing. You know, not everyone needs to own all this equipment, not everyone has space to own all this equipment. Reducing waste, reducing consumerism in this environment as well. The environmental and cost of living crises that we're in seems an obvious fit really for that. There is lots of precedent for this locally in local communities. We've got Bollington, Buxton, Ilkley, Lynn, who are all operating these kind of systems already very successfully by the looks of things. The good thing for Transition Wales though is that there's a lot of information available, both by people contacts and also via their websites. There's huge amounts of information in terms of management of health and safety risks, borrowing agreements, that kind of thing, which you would have to develop as we move forward with this. We would like to, what we're looking for now. I guess I can give you assurance that as Transition Wales that we would ensure the activities that go on from the tool library. What we'd be looking for is some access to electricity and possibly water if we needed to wash any of the equipment that we were hiring out. And really, I think what Andrew and myself are looking for at this stage is an agreement in principle to move things forward. And to ask you, would you be willing to house a container for us to operate this tool library from effectively? I'm sure there might be questions which you will have.
Have you got a container?
Well, so Andrew rang me about this earlier. There is a container, I think, either there already or going in from the Rotary.
You bought from Rotary?
It's been bought by the British.
Yeah. So from what I understand, they won't need all the space within it necessarily. So we can use some space within that. And then there is, of course, potential to have another container, a smaller container, another area. I think Andrew has various ideas potentially about things being stored inside, but one thing to mention on that is that we would not have any items that would have petrol in, so there'd be no flammable risk. And all these health and safety risks would be assessed well in advance. That's what we've already thought about, and we definitely would not be doing this operation.
So all that equipment in there, you would be insuring that. It would be your responsibility.
Yeah.
And security?
Security is something we'd have to look into, but obviously we need to explore potentially these items to be quite expensive, some of them. I think what you see when you look at other borrowings areas is that the items are often donated and they're often quite high value, so we would need to look into security, and that would come from the insurance provision as well.
But potentially, you could have quite a lot of expensive.
Yeah,
pieces
of
there,
course,
couldn't you,
yeah,
depending
yeah,
on, you
yeah.
know, what
Well,
gets donated.
apparently the average power drill is used for 13 minutes in its lifetime, owned by a single person. So, you know, they're expensive and they can be.
Councillor Sam.
Do you, sorry,
Yeah,
As you know, I'm part of Rotary as well.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to David Pinkham. They have purchased a container, which we believe is being delivered either Monday or Tuesday next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Now, my last conversation with David Pinkham and Sue Worthington was no way were they going to share the container.
okay.
Where's that come from?
This is, Andrew told me about this today, about that container. I think the thinking is that we would like to investigate sharing. If that's not possible, there could be another container that we would have to work out funding for.
I'll speak
Well,
to David
hang on, are
Pinkham
we
later
talking
on.
about an extra container to the one we've already got?
Yes,
You can't have 3.
no,
what's in that one?
Various bits and bobs of use, yeah.
But there's not enough room for us to.
A lot of storage stuff in here, tables, you know, chairs, so on and so forth.
So
It's-
in the one that you've now purchased, what's proposed to go in there?
the sleigh and all the Rotary equipment.
Yeah,
Right,
so there won't be any room.
And according to the people that do it or organising it, there wasn't going to be enough room for it.
Just check the name, David Pinkham.
David Pinkham,
Obviously need to look into that.
Yeah.
Different information.
I'll speak to him as soon as I leave there.
well, I think until we get further information,
We
we
can't
can't.
discuss it.
I mean, it's a great idea, we all agreed it was a great idea, but we can't have 3 something
No.
great containers on the front there. So we're going to have to think about this a bit further and have a chat with David.
Do we have any indoor storage that's available?
Not particularly, no, not for groups.
Sorry?
Indoor storage is for groups.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Councillor?
Is it better to say, yes, we will, if we can do it?
Yes.
Otherwise,
That's
you
what
get,
we-
we've got nowhere.
Yeah.
We're looking for agreements in principle.
Yeah.
but practicalities-
I think that's the way forward. Say, yes, if we can do it, we'll do it. If we can't do it, we won't do it.
Are the tools donated to you?
No,
or
but-
do you
oh,
buy
that's-
them?
We-
Hold on,
Hey, stop, please.
Sorry, excuse me. Can I just respond to Councillor Moore? You can't say we'll do it. We've got to discuss it at full council.
No, no, no.
To see what is required.
No, what I'm saying is, if we can do it, we'll do it. Which gives that, yes, we're for it, but we can't do it. We can't do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you've moved not forward at all.
More
I like
detail.
free
Yeah.
containers.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Just run it past me quickly.
Yeah.
You have a container with goods in it
Mhm.
that are to be used by people who want to borrow it.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So anybody from around here can borrow a mower out of the container if they need it, and then bring it back.
Yeah.
Anybody can borrow
Extra.
hedge trimmer,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
A tent, even, yes.
Who opens a container and gets the
Yeah.
stuff out?
And do you charge?
So, first of all, yes, anyone can, I'll come on to the charging question, I'll deal with how we would, effectively give out the items. Everywhere in the local communities, they have it open at least 1 hour a week, and I think we're thinking it would be 1 hour a week on Saturday mornings potentially. Now I know another matter that potentially clashes with state, with lots of cars coming and going for stagecoach. So we could, that needs to be, again, it's in the practical considerations. There's a membership system where people have to put all their details in, and they are verified as members. It looks like to me, if you look on, say, the ILKI website, they have a membership, and it seems to be largely how other areas do it. And then people would come and borrow the item, but register it, and normally pay a nominal fee at that point, and there'd be a very small membership fee on an annual basis as well. So yeah, I think at the moment I'm thinking a week's hire of certain equipment. So for example, a lawnmower, that could be interesting. You probably need it about once a week at this time of year, but lots of things that are one-off jobs, take and bring it back in a fairly short amount of time. Charging, hopefully I covered that. You would charge for a membership to join the Library of Things, and then you would charge it. Well, it would probably be based on what people are prepared to pay.
What is that charge?
It's to be determined, but it would be ideally we don't want to make it prohibitive for people. The idea is, saving resources for the environment and making it accessible to people. So it would probably be what people are prepared to pay after paying an annual membership fee, which will be quite small. I think in Buxton they do £5 a year as the annual membership fee. It would be quite low.
Any more questions, anyone? We'll have to defer this answer because we need further detail. But does anybody want any more information from,
Well, have we still got to go ahead to put the container in?
well, I wasn't aware you brought a container, but then maybe I've just missed something.
I thought we discussed this with Chris.
We had,
I thought you discussed this with Chris.
we did about 3 months ago,
Did we?
yeah,
Okay.
and then I went to Ashley and said,
Short-term memory issues.
sorry,
I can't
yeah,
remember discussing it, sorry. There we go.
It was
it was.
Oh, right.
about the sleigh,
Oh, right.
because we were discussing the sleigh where it was going to be stored.
Oh, right. Okay.
So probably,
Yeah.
you might have to.
The equipment you've got in that said container, is it new or is it donated?
It's largely donated. So again, it looks like funding may be available, or we may need
Yeah.
to request funding, but in reality, that hasn't been used. By, for example, Buxton, they would have £3,000 that they were able to raise, and they've only spent 500.
Yeah.
I reckon it's
Who maintains it? Does your committee maintain it?
Yeah, so we obviously run the repair cafe. We
Yeah.
have lots of people who are very capable, and
Right,
certainly not
that's
myself,
okay.
but lots of
Because
volunteers
I mean,
who are.
obviously, you've got to lend out stuff that's safe to use.
Of course, so we would need to pack test all the electric
Yeah.
equipment and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. It's, and
Yeah.
entirely new.
Yeah.
Who would do the cleaning of the equipment when it comes back?
Or we'd expect people to return this sort of stuff and, as
So
as it was sold, absolutely, well, as it was lent out, yeah, totally. But obviously the volunteers, would do that if needed to make sure something.
That's a good idea.
I think it sounds
I
ideal.
mean, I've got a garage full of stuff I never use. So.
I've got so much stuff.
Move it to the container.
Yeah.
Just need the space by the sounds of things.
Yeah.
I think we would really like to know that there's an agreement in principle to proceed, but understand that the practical elements are not sorted.
Does it have to be a container though? Couldn't it be a shed?
Okay, one last
I
question.
think it's important that we actually decide now, we're dead against it, or yeah, if we can do it, we should do it. Otherwise, we'll move forward.
Well,
We've had Andrew already here discussing it.
No, I'm sorry, we can't do that because we don't have a set proposal in front of us. It's still an idea in principle. We need to have much more detail.
Well, my amendment is I propose that we at least decide we're dead against it or we're for it.
No,
if
I'm sorry, Councillor, we can't do that.
Why not, can we, Ashley?
Absolute details.
I'm amending the proposal, which is
If you've got a second,
have we got a seconder?
It's a proposal.
I'm proposing it.
Have we got
I'm
a
proposing it.
seconder?
To at least decide we're dead against it or we will do it if we can do it. At least it gives Andrew
I think
the
that's
problem
fair
you've got.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, the problem you've got. If we say
Because
nothing at all,
Because then we're not wasting the lady's
No.
time, are we?
and Andrew can then start doing more research
Yeah,
and suggestions.
absolutely.
We fully acknowledge.
Okay, well, if you can get a seconder, Ashley said you can do it, so go on.
Okay,
So can you just say what the proposal is?
Whether we think it's a good idea to have it.
Yeah.
That's all we want to know. Is it a good idea to have it? Will we support it as a councillor
If we can do it.
if we can do it?
If it's doable.
Yes.
If what is doable, that's the bit I don't understand.
Well, we don't know whether we're going to get a container outside to store all the stuff in.
Or whether
That's
it's
what
shed.
needs
Have we got
investment.
space?
Hang on, stop,
Have we-
don't all talk at once, so we'll get nowhere.
Point was made, we haven't got space for 3 skips. If that's the case, it's a non-starter, isn't it? If we say, hang on, we can put it wherever.
Okay, so the proposal has to be that we support the idea in principle,
Yes.
but there are issues which need to be addressed around the
Yeah.
containment
Is it a go or it?
and storage.
Yeah.
So that's the proposal, seconded by you.
Yeah.
Vote, please.
All those in favour?
Those in favour of supporting the idea, please raise your hands now.
PG supporting your own.
So yes,
For
1, 2, 3, 4, 4 favour.
those against,
1, 2 against,
And those who are abstaining.
and 1, 2 abstaining. The motion carries.
And I'll give you my reason to abstain, and that is because we don't have enough detail, and I'm not prepared to
Well, yeah.
vote on something without.
I'll change mine to agree with what you say.
Because we don't have enough information.
We don't have enough
It's
information.
actually fine, the motion still carries, with 4 in favour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hang on, there's 4 against, there's 4
Oh, are you
against.
all going 4 against?
There's 4.
Oh, 4 against now.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
So my
And the chair has
casting,
the- and
my
the chair
casting
has
vote,
the-
oh, well,
The chair.
bring in
I
Mr.
do not like using the chairman to pass
Well done.
gross abuse.
Bring in Brian.
So personally, I would like to bring it back next time when we have all the information in front of us. I think I can say in principle that the idea is wonderful. It's whether the logistics and everything else will fall into place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can tell that.
You have to remember that we're
Yeah.
responsible for residents'
Yeah.
money, and we can't just carte blanche say, yes, do whatever.
We're not saying that, are we? We're not saying carte blanche.
So you do have our support in that, our hearts are with you. We just need to have more detail. And then, if we can have those next time, we'll bring it back and have a proper vote.
You need to know exactly what it will go in.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
All
I
right.
understand.
And please give my best to Andrew.
Of course. We'll pass that on. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Thank you for listening, and I hope one of us does come down next time.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the explaining.
Thank you, Peter. I'm sure Andrew and myself will be back in another occasion. Thank you, everybody.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Right, okay, back to agenda item 2610.7, which is.
Sorry,
What?
4.
I'm doing that.
This is why I storm
Oh,
out.
sorry, you went into.
This is why I
Sorry,
storm
I
out.
apologise.
Yeah.
2610.4 is to approve and sign the minutes of the town council meeting for 10th of March. Any issues, councillor Small?
Very quickly, page 3, they noted, he will be greatly missed.
Okay,
That's not Gareth.
I've told you to tell me what you want to change in advance. Don't bring it up with me. It's waste time.
Okay, anything else? Propose again, please, anything else, councillor Smallman?
No, I'm not allowed to.
Just
Just
let me
been
know.
told off. Just been told off.
Let me know in advance.
Quite right.
Councillor Chris Sampson to install one additional town council's notice board. That's on page 4.
Any more? Is that it? Okay, can we, have a proposer and a seconder, please? For the minutes, the sign minutes, approve the sign of the minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All those in favour? Thank you. Vice Chair, would you please take over the next item?
No,
Because neither myself nor
Yes,
councillor Moore
yes.
can vote on it. Would you like to leave the?
No, you have to leave the room. Don't vote on it. Keep an eye on it.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
No, we will do that.
That one.
Councillor, 2610.5 to approve and sign the order of payments for April 2026. And councillor Peter and Sue Moore cannot take part in this vote as they are in receipt of a payment. Can I have a proposal to accept them, please? Councillor Wendy Fogarty. A seconder, councillor Tim Smith. Tim Royal. Sorry. All those in favour? Unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On to agenda item 2610.7, which the motion to sign section 1, the annual governance statement 25-26 of the year ending the 31st of March, annual return. Ashley, would you like to say anything about this? I've looked at this,
You
it's just a
see-
standard documentation, you've looked at it. Our chair of finance too.
Yeah, section 1, it's just whether we tick all the boxes basically, and we tick all the boxes. So that's section 1. Okay, so that's what you're voting on first. You have to do it separately.
I'll propose.
I'll second. Oh, no, only a second.
Number 6, 10, 7. All those in favour? Unanimous.
Agenda item
Not be unanimous, because
No, Peter.
comfort break. 2610.8 is a motion to sign section 2 of the accounting statement of 25-26 of March. Same things apply. They have been seen by obviously our finance, and I have checked them also. So I will propose we accept that. Seconder, please. All those in
Oh
favour?
my God, right.
Okay, agenda item 2610.9 is a motion to continue Hamilton Town Council's monthly funding support to Hope Central, up to £125 a month. What do we put?
£125 a
Right,
month.
that's what we did, right, okay. Would anybody like to question anything?
Yes, I'd just like to question, how many are they serving at any time?
There's a very high demand right now. I've had a long conversation with Jackie the other day, and they are pretty much overwhelmed.
Well, that doesn't tell me how many.
No, I know, I can't give you specific numbers, but I can tell you they're very busy. So I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. If you would like a proper report, we can request one.
Yes, please.
Can we ask?
Yeah, we haven't done it for a bit, have we, to
No.
be fair? We haven't seen them for a little while. I don't want to hound people.
But what I'd
Well,
like
you
is,
want
I'd
to-
just like an
an
update
update.
to people to say, yes, they're managing on the £125, or we are looking for further.
In fact, we've upped it every year.
I know we have, but we're due to up it again, aren't we?
Technically, yeah.
So really, before we do that, I'd like to know how many they're servicing and, what the spend is.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how the open pantries work,
Yeah.
because we haven't had a report on that since they've started.
No, we haven't, have we? No, we
I'd
haven't.
just like to know if that's succeeding or not.
And while we're on that subject, any person or any association or group that we give a grant to, according to CHAL, which is the body that looks after town and parish council, we should be asking for an update on what they've spent the money on and how it's working.
Did they update us at the town meeting?
They did do it at the annual meeting
Well,
last
I
year.
was
I
going
don't
to
know.
say,
Just a thought.
I just wanted to say that I did approach Jackie Weaver, who's the CHAL. She's a mind of wonderful information, and she said, if we do give a grant out, we should be monitoring to see if they've spent it, what they've spent it on, and if they got any money left. Because she's found out that one particular council begins with a C, and it's down south. They were applying for grants, but not using them.
right, okay, well, that's another issue, isn't it? So
No,
I
but
understand now.
I'd really like us to
Yeah.
be
It's,
whiter than white and use.
Well, we are whiter than white. We do have things and receipts and proof, but yes, we can bolt the door and, batten down the hatches and make sure we get that done.
It's only because, unfortunately, there's some people in the public area that think we're mismanaging the finances.
Okay,
And I want
thank
to
you.
make sure that we have everything
Documented.
documented.
I get all of that. Right, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but we have a mass of stuff to get through and we really have to move on. So unless it's absolutely, can you be really short?
I'm just saying, surely we should have an annual report from all those we support on a monthly basis.
Well, if you came to the annual town meeting, that's when a lot of the
Yes.
groups that we give
That's fine.
support to will give us a report.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't they?
I'm sure she did last year.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Yes, she did.
But as the town council, we could always request for them to come here to speak to
Yes.
the town council
Yes.
and address us and tell us how, because none of you are required at the town council meeting.
no,
You'll get a copy of my
Yeah.
report.
Yeah.
But if the councillors would like that, then we can make a request.
I think
I
to
think
invite
that's
them
not
to a
unreasonable.
more kind of informal gathering, like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure these kind of considerations are already built into our grant awarding rules and regulations, are they not?
This is slightly different. This isn't a grant. This is a
Yeah.
monthly donation. Yeah. We only started it about 3 years ago. And they did give us really in-depth information. And I know you guys went and visited them, had a long chat with them and everything like that, and then brought it back to the council. And then we started doing it. Yeah, because a monthly figure is more useful to them than a lump sum or something like that, because then they can get their finances in order. It might not necessarily be used for the food bank, it could be used for the services that they provide.
Well,
Right, okay, let's discuss it any further because we need to move on. Are we saying now that we're not happy to go through this till we've had that report? Is that the general consensus?
No, I
We
don't
want to defer it.
I defer it till next month.
Yeah, that's fine. So we can don't have to vote to defer, do we?
I'd rather you do, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll propose we defer. Can I have a seconder? And all in favour of deferring it, please? Thank you. I'm not going to read it out of agenda item 10 because it's 25 minutes. It's to do with the processes for required refurbishment for Hanford Community and Youth Centre. This is all to do with the upgrade of the building, which a lot of the work that we are having done will not be able to be done until probably next summer, because it will require the community centre to close down whilst quite substantial refurbishment takes place. However, Ashley and I did have a discussion the other day, and with the group that are in charge of the community centre, we're hoping that there might be odd things that we can do during the year without having to disturb everybody. So we're looking at that, but this is to put forward the tender process that we have to go through for all the money which we hold. We do have some still money, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Can you just remind me how much, 30 something?
32,800 or something like that.
Which could be used for some of the smaller refurbishment things that need to be done. But this has to be sorted out ASAP. It's a long process and it has to be done before we can start any work. So I would like to, sorry, any questions?
Can I just add on to
Yes.
that? This is the tendering process. We will seal the tenders. People will come to us, construction companies will come to us, give us offers.
Yeah.
We don't have to accept any.
No.
Okay?
But we must have
But we
several.
must have to quote it. That's all. We're not making a decision on doing it, drawing down money or anything, filling out loans. We need to go through a tender process to see what could be offered and whether we want to choose one of those companies to potentially do it. That's what we're saying here.
Can I just ask, are we bringing in a quantity surveyor to actually address what is needed?
We've already done that
When?
in April 2024.
Well,
But that's we paid them to do that for us because we wanted to know the state of the building.
well, can we have an update on it because prices have changed?
The prices have changed. This is why we have to go. This is why we have to go through a tendering process to find out what the price is going to be.
Yeah, that's what this is about.
Yeah.
The actual engineer, all that went through in 2024, and he looked at all the things we needed to improve.
I know
Yeah.
about that,
So-
but now,
This is why, yes,
we really like is an
as
update.
we all know, everything's gone through the roof, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
So yes, we'll get them tenders and so forth.
Chair, all this glorious work seems to demand £250,000. Do we have to have this fugitive loan from the Public Works Loan Board in place before we start applying for tenders?
No.
No, we don't.
We could agree it all, have the builders on site, be halfway through before you need to draw down the loan.
And there are,
Sounds dangerous to me.
No.
and
No.
there are grants and things that are coming up all the time.
That we want to
You might well
also
be
take
able
advantage
to
of, so
apply
to
for.
not have to go for the whole amount either. That would be nice.
Okay, so I would like to propose this unless there are any further questions. Okay, I'll propose now, have a seconder, please. Thank you. All those in favour? Thank you. We've already dealt with agenda item 2010-11, 2012 we will have to postpone because councillor Edward Beach has been taken.
Can I chip in and do my bit here, 'cause it's relevant to that?
Okay,
Which bit?
the other item,
Yeah, just very, very briefly, I wanted to speak to Gianna, because it is a chance to review how we, the PR bit, and how we actually publicise these events. And we don't do enough, I don't think. She's very good at the videos and so on, but just to have a concept of method of promoting these ideas, which we can use again and again. It's a good chance to review that one. So that'll be something ongoing, I think, but just in principle, we'll be reviewing how we promote these sorts of events.
In fairness, thank you, councillor Moore, I don't think we advertise ourselves as half as
Correct.
well as we should.
And it's a good chance to review that and
Correct.
try things out.
Yes.
Yeah. And some things will work, some won't.
but these events like this coming up, you need to push it, don't you? Get your
Well,
name out there,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, agenda item 261013 is to receive recommendations from HT Finance Committee to approve.
Yeah, it's fine.
Do we need to do
Just
that?
read, yeah, the finance committee recommends,
That we give them 1536.
No, we're not giving them anything.
no, pension
Okay.
finance committee recommends that we pay the supplier
1538,
1538.
including that,
Yeah.
1538, including that,
which we will then claim back.
which we will claim the VAT back off, so in essence, we're giving them about, well, we're paying the supplier about £1,280.
Yes.
1536.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, oh, right, 1536. Including the VAT,
Yeah.
we'll pay the supplier for the grant. We'll approve the grant, give them that amount, and we'll claim the VAT back. So we're giving about 286 over what we said we were going to give. So with that amendment,
Okay,
Do we need to vote on that?
you need to vote on it, but we need a proposer from the finance,
I'll
yeah.
propose it.
I'll second it.
And I'll all in favour.
all in favour?
Yeah.
Lovely, thank you. Agenda item 261014 is to review and agree council can initiative. Town council, God grief. Initiative to reduce fly tipping locally either through a number of community skip day or a collection of large items by a third party and to agree an amount to be allocated from the other social community sort budget line. Councillor Sampson, you've put this on the agenda, so please open the discussion.
Yes. It was agreed with Councillor Julie Smith that she was going to supervise a walkabout, both on Knoll Park and Spaff Lane. The Knoll Park one, this is all regarding inspection of properties and areas. Now, Julie Smith, Councillor Smith, sent an email out stating that she's got a record of 17 fly tipping incidents on Spaff Lane Estate in the 6 months, 3 of which are on the other side. Now, I go round, that is our estate, every other day. All right, I can only get round in a car, but I travel around slowly, all the major roads, looking at all grass areas, and I have not seen one incident of fly tipping in the last 6 months. Now, what I've done, I've contacted Cheshire East and asked for a Freedom of Information Act for historic fly tipping records, and they're going to get back to me with these because I don't know where she's getting these figures from at all. It's a lot in 6 months, right? Secondly, yeah, I agreed when we did it originally 3 years ago, 2 years, yeah, we supplied skips on Spratt Lane, Knoll Park, and we had a figure for it. Ashley kindly contacted the company and they've come back with a figure for 2 sides of the skips, but they've added a little extra in that anything over a ton on the 12-yard one, they're going to charge us £230 plus VAT. Now this to me, above the rental. Now to me, this is an open, that's like the checkout.
Like check.
You know, it's ridiculous that.
When you get a skip, and what goes in it, they take it away.
Yeah.
You shouldn't charge you the weight.
You shouldn't charge the weight and charge extra. No.
Build it. I mean, I've had dozens of skips for my projects, and I either fill them with chipboard and kitchens and crap like that.
You get a lot of overcharges, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Or you fill it with bricks and mortar and rubble and stuff, and they'll still take it away.
Still take it
Same
away.
price.
See, I think
Well
that's,
under the weight.
Yeah.
that's the problem we have here. We have no inkling over what people are going to bring to the skip. Some people bring rubble and bricks and things, as you say, that they can't get rid of anywhere else. Some people bring mattresses.
Yeah.
Some people bring heavy items of furniture. We had a big heavy wooden table last time. We've no way of knowing whether we go over the tunnel.
No.
But it's all general skip material. I mean,
Well,
unless someone was bringing cordite and flipping asphalt.
No,
in a
you'd be
thing.
surprised actually, Tim, because the skip guy was there, and this guy turned up with a load of tyres. Now, we would have let him put them in.
Yeah, but you can't put tyres in a skip.
No.
Yeah,
no.
but that's, we didn't know that.
But it should say what skip.
We did have,
Well,
We do have a record of
So
non.
what we said was, we need a record to put on the side of the skip to inform the public
Yeah.
what can and can't
Yeah.
go in it.
Reputable skip companies put stickers on that say do not
Well,
no to
exactly.
this, no to this,
Yeah.
no to that.
I can guarantee you'll be over the ton every single time.
sorry,
I can guarantee, because we can't weigh the skip,
Correct.
that
Yeah.
we'll be over the ton.
yeah,
Exactly.
and
So you're paying £500 per skip now.
okay,
Yeah.
Councillor Moore.
Remember, I helped organise the last skip day based on being not impressed with the previous skip day. Did a lot of research. We got a bigger one, which was better value. But what was interesting, talking to people that come to the skip, apart from 2 of them, they all went to the tips normally. One guy was actually going to the tip where he spotted the bloody skip. So there's no proof, there's no evidence to suggest that skips prevent fly tipping.
No.
I like Cynthia's idea or observation that a lot of people will get a black bin bag and stick it by one of the bins that we provide. And that gets rid of excess stuff. And they are picked up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Having a skip is like flushing your money down the toilet. A bin is forever.
An investment.
Yeah. I think we'd be better off spending and having more bins in the hot spots. But
Well,
skips
I
definitely
would like
don't
to-
work.
I would like to say that I would, and I don't quite know how this would work, so I need it's a work in progress. But if we could have some kind of system whereby people who had problems, taking large items and what have you,
Yeah.
mattresses, if we could provide a van once a month or once every 3 months or whatever, depending on cost, it's all an idea in process. We could advertise that and say to people, we're going to provide a van, because I think Cheshire is charged 75, was it?
5084 for 1 to 3 items.
Sorry,
5084 for 1 to 3 items.
right, so they charge 58 for 1 to 3 items and 101 for 4 to 6. But is that only for collection from one place?
It is quite one place.
Yeah, so
They
we
have to
couldn't
leave it
have
out for 3 weeks.
And you have to leave it out
multiple
for
people.
3.
So I would like to explore the idea to try and help people, because I think what I find most offensive about all of this is that there's an underlying query and question that says that our residents are fly tipping. And I don't like that, because I don't think it's our residents. I think there's an awful lot of commercial fly tipping that happens. And I don't like that underlying feeling there about what's being said. So I would like to explore that and bring it back to the council, probably in the June meeting, because May will have far too much to go through. So that's my proposal. Yes, councillor.
I will say that the scrap man is very frequent in Hanford.
Yes.
So for any metal items, you can leave them out in front and they disappear literally overnight.
And if we have them dropped off here, he's very happy to come.
Yeah, they're very
Pick
willing
them up on a
to
weekly basis.
do everything. I noticed that they're kind of putting now that because the tip is going to go to the appointment system only in Knutsford, that we'll have more fly tipping. I don't think that's true.
No.
I think most people in Hanford are responsible people.
Yeah.
And we'll find someone, I mean, like on our street, someone will say, I'm going to the tip tomorrow, anybody got anything?
Yes.
To the neighbours, and we'll all chip in. Or somebody says, I'm getting a skip, does anyone want to put anything in it and chip into the cost? So I think in Hanford, it's wrong to say that we're prolific fly tippers.
Well, that's what I said.
Well, I don't think we are.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
I
we
mean,
are.
we need proof of Julie Smith's accusation of 17 reports of fly tipping. It's ludicrous.
I mean, we all know people who can't get to the tip, and we're all genuine people, I feel, who would say, well, I'm going, can I take something for you?
Yeah, that's fine, okay.
I mean,
Can we- I'm
fine,
sorry
quick point
to have
there,
to- I
you
mean,
know, the one,
you're very
as Chris is
quick,
saying,
please, because we've
if
still
that
got
was
this to go
true,
through.
would the skip solve it?
Well,
No.
Right, okay, I think we need to just discuss it, perhaps bring it back at June, but right now we're just gonna park it. And thank you for bringing it to our attention.
okay,
We'll do a bit more research
Yeah.
and come back.
hopefully I'll have the freedoms.
Okay, agenda item 261015 is to agree the purchase of additional CEC ranger time to assist HTC with its major events to be held in 2026 up to a maximum of £1,000. Now, I've put this on here. I'd like to make a slight adjustment to it because I'd like to say, once we've explored and using as many volunteers as we possibly can. And I'll tell you why I've said this, because at the Christmas fair, the Christmas lights switch on, there was an awful lot of clearing up to do. There's a lot of heavy stuff to move, there's the stages and everything else. And by the time it all closed down, there was just Paul, Ashley, myself, and Peter Moore. Fortunately, my son and his girlfriend came and helped us. But we did not finish clearing up till near 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work for Ashley and Paul. I can't lift heavy things. Peter can help out, but you know, it takes time. We need to have either more volunteers come forward and actually be guaranteed to come forward and help us. And I know there are people here who can't help, like me. I understand that. I'm not throwing accusations at anybody. You know, we can get some of the residents to perhaps come along and help. We need to have a look at that. But as a fallback position, I would like the council to approve doing this because the events are now getting just a bit too much for Paul and Ashley and Pete and I to just manage all the clean-up afterwards.
Giona Beach isn't here, but she offered the services of the veterans to come out
Yeah.
and help with any event. And she said she can get at least 10 guys, because we've already given them money and they are more than willing to come
Yeah.
and set up, which
Well,
is,
that's fine.
which is brilliant. If we can give them
Yeah.
sufficient time for
So,
her to
yeah, so long as
organise it.
they're guaranteed and they picture, I've got no problem with
Yeah.
that. But I would still like to have this as a fallback, so if we don't have a lot of volunteers, we can call
Who do
on
we
the
pay?
rangers.
Who are they?
Literary Council
Paul, but from
Rangers.
Wilmslow.
Yeah.
So Paul is our town ranger,
Oh,
so
so
we've asked Wilmslow
right,
town
right,
ranger
right.
if they would come and help us on odd days. And if we need it, it's then approved, we can do it.
Just as a backup, yeah.
Yeah,
As a
I
backup.
think it should be booked into every major event we do,
It should be.
then we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about the fact that we
Games
don't
a
have
bit of an
enough
afterthought when
volunteers.
you, yeah.
But for like on the Armed Forces Day, we know we have a group of people who can pack it all up. If there's volunteers on top of that,
Yeah,
fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
But we have got the people, we don't have to worry then
No.
that the bouncy castles are still up, that the
Correct.
stores haven't been
Yeah.
put away.
Can I propose, please, we
I'll
accept
second.
it?
Is this
And
just
vote
for,
on- Sorry, go on.
what events is this for?
This year's event, Chris,
This year's,
Yes, this year
Right.
events.
because
Okay.
you're building into the budget next time, right?
right,
It's been a bit, like when you said it should be built into the budget, as opposed to,
I
it's
think
been
it
an
should.
afterthought.
I mean, if we don't need them, we save them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
totally.
fine. But the fact we can book
second
them,
it.
Vote, please. Thank you, unanimous. Marvellous.
is that including that?
Right,
You get that back?
thank you.
Yes, we will.
26, 10, 17 is the Hadford History Trail.
No, we've got to do the communication.
No,
Done.
we
It
done
is
that
done
more,
now.
we gave it at the
No.
Summer Armed Forces, so we've not done that. An update very quickly, Councillor Small, on the History Trail.
Nothing much to say, except
All the
That's
artwork's
on there.
complete for them.
Artworks.
Artwork's complete and will go to production.
Images, haven't we?
Yeah,
What do we call them?
QR codes.
QR codes and every single
QR
one.
codes, thank you.
Yeah, all the artwork's done, all the QR codes are done on the artwork.
Okay,
It'll
that's
just
it.
go to production shortly.
there
So-
was,
Well done.
there was one area of a disagreement. I won't specify exactly the area, but there was an intent to modify the text on one of the panels to spell out future events rather than what happened in the past, and I resisted that.
Right, okay, well, seeing as it's a historical trail, I can't see how that
Yeah.
changes. Okay, from me, Hadford Parks and Open Spaces, I've got nothing really to
Yes, you
report,
do.
except,
Okay. Go on.
except, that, I have asked, or, yes, we've asked already, haven't we, for volunteers from the, Open Spaces group. And if anybody else wants to help, on what date is it? Ashley?
So, I haven't put the email out yet.
It's to empty the existing containers, planters, to help Ashley and Paul, because it takes a long time, there's a lot of work. And I'm hoping some of the group will come forward and help, I'll be helping. So if any councillor feels obliged to get their hands dirty and join the green group and help us just remove the plants, and then again,
I haven't sent the email out
it
yet.
could be, he'll send an email out,
Because
but that's the only update.
It's just standing there and digging out the old ones.
Yes,
Sorry. One of the gardener that we have asked us who did the containers.
Yeah.
And she asked me what the price was, and I said, I don't know. But she does other councils, and she empties the containers.
Oh, right, yeah.
And takes the stuff away.
Ooh.
So
Right,
I just wondered what we're being charged.
well, we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we couldn't get anybody to do
We
it.
couldn't get anybody to do it. If she wants to do it, we'll have a look at that.
Who'd you get the plant, who plants them up?
We do.
We do,
That's the whole point.
We have been doing it for a few years now.
yeah,
Because the company stopped doing it and we
Yeah.
put it out to try and get quotes from people and
Nobody
nobody was
Very
interested.
interesting.
I'll ask them.
Yeah, yeah.
So please,
Let me know.
Yeah.
get in touch.
was it the one on Leeds Lane too?
Yeah.
Sorry,
The garden centre was on Leeds Lane,
Lane where you used to go.
where we used to use?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, yeah.
okay,
Sorry, further to the green group. The bins, the new bins in Merrick Road Park, they've been installed.
Oh, yes, yes, the bins that, we sorted out, they're all done and dusted.
And Roger wanted to be with what we've done with the station planters. Paul and I are going to enter them, and is it the Cubs are going to plant them up for us? We bought the stuff, but we're going to buy the stuff off the plant sale.
Yeah.
They've got their order, and they are going to plant it up. It's probably on the night, it might be on the night of our AGM. It'd be on the night of our AGM, I think.
Do me a favour, just put cups on there, just hold back.
Okay.
I'm sorry that Prue and I are no longer fit enough really to
No, no.
cope with those.
Yeah, it's
second
fine.
things.
You can shoot
Don't
by,
fully understand.
Roger, what goes in the planters. You know, there's no harm in that. Because
Sorry.
you know, you've got a lot of expertise. What
Supervise.
goes in the planters?
I'm quite prepared to pass comments
I've
on
already
what goes in
chosen
and,
Direct.
Why didn't you ask them?
because I have to make a decision.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Are you,
Spending councillors' money
no,
without.
we've got budget for it and I'm well within budget, thank you very much. Okay, let's go on to the next item, 26/10/18, which is to confirm the date for the annual town meeting, which is the 28th of April at 6 p.m. Can I just say that none of you have to be here, there's only Ashley and myself have to be here, but you are very welcome. And I would like to take this opportunity to say, because this is the last meeting where I could potentially be chair, we may well have a new chair next session, next year, beginning of the next financial year. Thank you very much to all of you councillors who give your time free. You are not paid. I'd like to make the public aware of that. You are not paid. And you do some extremely good work. And I'm sure our residents are very appreciative. I know lots of people stop me in the village and say how wonderful the planters are and all the things we've done, and they are very appreciative. Not everybody, obviously, but thank you. I would also like to make a comment to any residents, if they are listening to this, that this is an open, transparent and honest council. We are audited by external auditors and all our finances are there for anybody to look at and engage with. If you wish to make any queries about anything, this council does not hide anything at all. We have a very, very responsible chair of finance who would not allow a penny overspending or would not allow a penny to be not reconciled on a bank account. And we also have a very hard-working and responsible officer in our clerk who does an excellent job for us. So any queries that people raise, please don't put it on Facebook. Just come and ask us about it, or YouTube, whatever you put it on. Don't comment about things that you don't know anything about.
Chair, at the meeting, the annual town meeting, are the PCSOs coming?
They will be invited.
They've been invited, Chris.
They can only be invited.
I would strongly recommend that they are asked purposely to attend, just in case.
We don't want them, we want the sergeant.
Just in
Okay,
case.
all right, I understand what you're
Because
saying.
this is an open meeting for the public, and we all know.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, so you're all aware of that. So you are all very welcome. You will get a copy of my report, which will just say all the wonderful things we've done this year. We have done some wonderful things. Agenda item 26/10/19 is to agree the date of the annual general meeting on the 12th of May, 26 at 6:45 p.m. That's just a notification. And agenda item 20 is the HTC full council meeting, also on the 12th of May at 7:30 p.m. And we will have a lot to do. So thank you very much, councillors, for all your hard work again. It is very much appreciated.
well, thank you, Chair, for all your hard work.
Yeah.
Last year.
I think the purpose of meetings, because Councillor Moore